My name is Evan Pack, and this is my story. Every year in the Pack family, we have something called Cousin Camp. It's kind of crazy, but that's our Pack family reunion that we do every year. We decided to do a hike at the Grand Teton. Myself and a few of my brothers decided to go hike it. We started hiking about 2 or 3 in the morning. When we got there, we took a picture just because we'd summited. We're at the very top of the Grand Teton, just walking down, and about probably 15 or 20 feet from the top, I tripped, and there was a rock about hip height, and I hit my head. It knocked me out, and then oddly enough, I had a seizure, and I just rolled off the face of the Grand Teton. There was a ledge probably about 3 to 4 feet wide, and there was a rock there, thankfully. My face went into it, shattered pretty much all the bones in my face on the left side, snapped my neck, but it stopped me from bouncing. Thankfully, there was a small kind of like climbing or kind of like a goat looking path where you could kind of get down to it. So my brothers were able to get down to me and administer first aid. And then they were able to get cell service, which is pretty hard on the top of the Grand. And so they were able to call in. And so a helicopter that could reach that altitude was in the area. About 4 hours later, a helicopter came, dropped a bungee cord down with a stretcher, and they put me inside of it and then carried me down to the parking lot. And then from there carried me to Idaho Falls, to the local kind of the trauma center. The next day I was in surgeries for about 14 to 16 hours where they were essentially fusing my neck together because it had snapped, and then trying to replace as many or different things within my face, just kind of mend it all together. After that surgery, I was in a coma for a little over a week. It was a medical induced coma. And then I woke up, and that's when I realized I was going to be blind in my left eye. When I was in the hospital for so long, my wife and I decided not to bring the kids because having them see dad with a destroyed face was not kind of the memory we wanted them to have. So I hadn't seen them for a few weeks. And they came, I remember they came to the hospital, they met me there. That was the first time they saw me. And that night was really great. It was really sacred to me because I was able to go home. It was really precious because one of the last memories I have of that night was being able to hold my 6-month-old Oliver. Just hadn't seen him. He was a chunky little baby, just had a smiley face. And then that night, Oliver passed away. In hindsight, I just keep focusing on that tender mercy to be able to hold Oliver one last time. One of the things from this story or from anything is that there's always someone there for you. And I am so grateful that I have brothers who are there for me. I have family, I have friends, but the one constant is the Savior, Jesus Christ, and I'm eternally grateful for him.